And finally, before I give you some worksheets to do, let's finish off with a little bit of fun, with some interjections. What are they, you may ask? Interjections are words like, oh, yes, no, well, ugh, oh, well. Well, that's in English, of course. An interjection is a part of speech that shows the emotional feeling of the author. These words or phrases can stand alone or be placed before or after a sentence. Many times an interjection is followed by a punctuation mark, often an exclamation point. And in German, they don't affect the word order, because they are separated from the rest of the sentence by a comma. Or you could even separate them by an exclamation mark. But if they're part of the sentence, you need the comma there. Let's have a look at some. Ach, or ach, oh. Ach, ich geb's auf. Oh, I give up. And you can tell when you hear it, the comma is the breathing space. And we could have just as easily said, ich geb's auf, I give up. But just like in English, we don't always say, I give up. We may say, oh, I give up. So, ach, ich geb's auf. Ach, jetzt verstehe ich. Ah, now I understand. Again, you've got the breathing space there, so it is like as if you were starting a new sentence. Therefore, no change in the word order. Also. So, not also. Careful there, or therefore. You're in the restaurant, you've looked at the menu, and you've decided what you want. Also. Ich möchte ein Bier und eine Pizza. Just like we would do in English. The waitress comes, or the waiter. So, I'd like a beer and a pizza. But, also, as some of the other ones as well, can also be used as part of a sentence, in which case it follows whatever word order rule there is. Also gibt es doch Kuchen. You noticed I didn't stop for a breather. Bit meaning of like, so there is cake. Just notice the difference between those two sentences. Also gibt es doch Kuchen. We were told there isn't any cake, and I just found out there is. So there is cake. Well, the second one. Also, es gibt doch Kuchen. So if I found out there is cake, I go back to the others and tell them, so, there is cake. If you notice the first one, the word order did change because we needed the verb in second place. Second sentence after the comma, no change. Das heißt, that means, or that is to say. Now we couldn't have that sentence on its own, so we need a little bit beforehand. For example, es ist 16 Uhr. Das heißt, ich gehe jetzt nach Hause. So it's 4 p.m. That means I'm going home now. Das heißt nicht, dass ich nicht mehr arbeite. That's not to say that I won't work anymore. Im Gegenteil, on the contrary. People accuse me of being scared and I say, im Gegenteil. Ich habe keine Angst. Even if it's a giant spider, actually. I don't know. On the contrary, I'm not scared. Somebody's telling you German is difficult and you say, im Gegenteil. Deutsch ist einfach. On the contrary, German is easy. Again, there's a but. Im Gegenteil zu Französisch ist Deutsch einfach. Now here it's not on the contrary, here it's more like in contrast. In contrast to French, German is easy. And therefore we need to follow the word order rule again. Ja, yes, we all know that word. Ja, ich verstehe dich. And again the breather after the ja. Yes, I understand you. Ja, natürlich mache ich meine Hausaufgaben. Yes, of course I'll do my homework. Mit anderen Worten. In other words, or put it in another way. Mit anderen Worten. Hör auf zu rauchen. So put it in another way. Stop smoking. Mit anderen Worten. Es ist Zeit, nach Hause zu gehen. In other words, it's time to go home. Na? Very colloquial. So, well then, yeah. Na, wie geht's? It's very colloquial, very informal. You wouldn't say this if you're talking formally with somebody. So, if you were going for a job interview, do not start by saying, na, wie geht's? Well, you wouldn't say, well, how's it going? You would say, how are you? If you wanted to say anything. Na, das ist aber eine Überraschung. Well, that's a surprise. All these you could, of course, have said without it. Das ist aber eine Überraschung. That's a surprise. Or, wie geht's? You don't need the na in front of it. But those are the little subtleties of a language. Nanu. Sort of the meaning of, what a surprise. Nanu, was haben wir denn da? A bit like, oh, what have we got here? As in, what a surprise is this? Nanu, dass du hier bist. Sort of meaning of, fancy meeting you here. What a surprise, I didn't expect that. Nein? No? Nein. Ich verstehe dich nicht. No, I don't understand you. Nein, natürlich mache ich meine Hausaufgaben nicht. I hope you never say that. Well, not to me anyway. No, of course I won't do my homework. Nun, well, or now. Nun. Ganz ehrlich zu sein, well, breather, to be perfectly honest, but again this is one that's often used not as an interjection. Nun tue ich erst recht nicht. Now I certainly won't do it. And that has to be with the right word order, the verb in second place. Nun tue ich's erst recht nicht. Pfui! You probably only use that one if you're talking to a child. Pfui! Sowas macht man nicht. Ugh! Don't do such a thing. A little but again. That's definitely one parents use with their children. Don't touch it, it's yuck. Whatever they might find on the floor in the park. Fass das nicht an, das ist pfui. Sehen Sie, if you're talking formally, or siehst du, if you're talking informally. You see? Siehst du? So macht man das. You see? Breather? That's how you do it. Sehen Sie nicht? Das ist mein Parkplatz. Don't you see? Are you blind? That's my parking space. Or place. So, as in right, well then. So, Ich mache jetzt Feierabend. Right. That's me finished for today. You would say that at work or before going home. So, wer kommt mit in die Kneipe? Right, who's coming to the pub? Tja. Oh well, again, very spoken. Tja, dann muss ich wohl doch kochen. Oh well, looks like I have to cook anyway. Tja, da hast du Pech gehabt. Oh well, that was bad luck for you. Verstehen Sie? Formally again, or verstehst du informally again? You understand? Verstehst du? So macht man das. You understand? That's how you do it. Verstehen Sie nicht? Das ist mein Parkplatz. Don't you understand? That's my parking place. Wie gesagt, as I said. Wie gesagt, ich habe kein Geld. As I said, I have no money. Wie gesagt, ich mache natürlich meine Hausaufgaben. As I said, of course I'll do my homework. And for your task, now this is obviously difficult to practice those interjections as individual sentences. Just have a think where you might be able to use some of those. You might come up with some really good ones. Share them if you like. That's the end of this video.